Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The other day I was going through my collection and I realized I have quite a few products that I haven't tried before or that I haven't used in ages, so I've pretty much forgotten how they perform. So I thought I'd round up all these products, chuck them on my face and see how we go. So I've just filmed this look and I know the video is super long, so let's just get straight into it. So starting off, we're going in with primer and I'm using the MAC Strobe Cream. I used to use this stuff all the time and I don't even know when I stopped, but now I probably haven't used it in years, so I'm excited to give it a go again. The top looks disgusting. Now I used to use heaps of this stuff, so staying true to myself, I'm going to use heaps. It's just beautiful. It's so shimmery and just, oh. Okay, maybe that was a little too much. I have to say, I still love this stuff. I love how it makes my skin feel. I love how it makes my skin look. It's just such a good product. Next up, I am finally trying out a foundation, which I probably mentioned a couple of months ago in a video, and it is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous Foundation. I picked this up for $10 on clearance, and I was just dying to find a really good quality, decent coverage, dewy, luminous foundation that wasn't going to look gross on my skin. So I got this and then realized that it has tiny little specks of gold glitter all the way through it. So I think that kind of scared me a little bit and I just never reached for it, but today is the day. So I always apply my foundations with my sponge, but I'm just going to try a brush on this side, then a sponge on this side, and then probably end up going over the whole thing with the sponge because I just feel like I'm gonna like it better, especially with a dewy foundation. I have no idea what the coverage is like on this thing. Even coverage, which are probably not much. So I'm just gonna go in with a pump and a bit on this side. Oh, it's actually a lot thicker than I thought it would be. Weird smell. I don't know how to describe it. First I thought it smelled like popcorn, but surely not. See, I know this isn't the best brush to use, but I just feel like it leaves brush strokes, and I hate how that looks. Okay, so it does look nice on the skin, but it is very light coverage. The color is actually pretty good, but yeah, super light coverage. It almost looks like I've put nothing on my skin, and because my skin already was radiant from the strobe cream, it kind of just looks the same. It's definitely evened it out, I'll give it that, but it's barely given any coverage. It's just taken away some of the like discoloration. I can't actually see gold shimmer through it. I don't know, maybe I'll pick up on that later, but it does look really nice. I think this would be great for every day. And although it felt thick, it does feel light on the skin, but then I didn't use much and I blended it out quite a bit. So I don't know, let's just finish off the rest of the face with the sponge and see how we go. Okay, so now that I've finished my entire face, I definitely do prefer the sponge, but I'm also looking just quite greasy. I have quite a few dewy foundations now and they make me look nice and hydrated and healthy, but this really just looks greasy on my skin. I don't know if it's just the foundation or the foundation and the strobe cream and it's just too much glow happening. I don't know, but I've never had a foundation look weird with the strobe cream underneath, so I'm gonna just say it's this. Other than looking a little greasy, it still does look nice on the skin and I enjoy it. It's definitely the type of foundation that I am after, but it also is starting to sink into lines a little bit already and major creases on the eyelids, which happens with any dewy foundation that I try. But yeah, it's definitely covered up mostly the redness of the pimples that I have, so we'll see how it goes at the end. Going in with concealer, I am using my NARS Radiant Creamy. Now I bought this and then because it was so expensive and luxurious to me, I just never used it because I didn't want to run out and I go through concealer quite quickly. So I can't really remember what this is like at all, but at least it's pale enough for me. That's one thing I do know. Now to set those eyes before they slip and slide everywhere because it's still looking extremely dewy all over, I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder, just pack that on. And then just taking a big fluffy brush, I'm going to set the rest of my face. Now I do like this powder, it sets things down really well, but if you want any radiance or dewiness to remain on your face, this is not the way to go because it pretty much makes you completely matte, and the more you put on it does look quite cakey. So I'm not the biggest fan of this. It is good for the under eyes, but then it makes my under eyes look super dry and grandma-y. So I don't know how I feel about this. People love it, but I don't know. Now moving up to the brows, I'm just a brow mascara girl, most of you would know that. I'm blessed with quite a bit of brow, so I usually use the Essence Make Me Brow or the L'Oreal Brow Plumper, but one that I used to be obsessed with and haven't used in a while is the Maybelline Brow Drama, so let's give that a go. I did love this stuff, but from memory I think the brush was just too big and difficult to work with. I know some people have actually cut off that ball on the end. And also I think it left my brows super crunchy. Yeah, it's just hard to get any real precise lines with this. So I do like this product, it's just not as easy to work with as my other two, so that's why I don't really reach for it. But I think I maybe want to do a pan that product type thing this year, and I'll probably put something like this in it because I may as well use it up and it's still a good product. I need to have it out so I know to use it. Moving on to the eyes, I am so excited for the next product. I have had this sitting around since before Christmas, I think, and I really wanted to include it in a first impressions video. So it is the BH Cosmetics Shaaanxo the Remix palette. Now I actually have the original of this palette, but I'm going to give it to my friend Brooke because she loves those original 9 shades. I think she's been through 2 palettes maybe, so I'll give the old one to her and I'll keep this new one. So I've obviously used the original 9 shades before, which are these ones, so I'm not going to use them today. I'm going to use the other side and have a bit of fun. So on this side we have a bit more bold colors. We have pinks and purples. I don't know if I'll use that bold pink, it's pretty scary, but I really want to use this shade here, so let's see what we can create. So I'm going to start off with the shade Bestie in my crease. Oh wow. I always have this bit right here on my eye that doesn't blend. I think we all have a little bit like that on our eye. So if you ever think my eyeshadow looks weird there, that's why. It's not the product, it's just my stupid eye. Just going to drag a little bit of that color under the eye as well. I'm then going to take the middle shade Stalker and pop a little bit in the outer corner. Whoa. That is so pigmented. Bit of that under the eye as well because I really like that shade. And those 2 shades blended together like a dream. Now to finish it off, I'm going to go in with the shade that I said I wanted to use, and that is Dream Girl. This just looks gorgeous and I feel like it's going to look even more beautiful on the lid. Oh, it's so peachy, orangey, but pinky, and oh yes, it is duochromatic. My gosh. Right, now just quickly blend those shades together and we'll be done. Okay, so this eye got a little more smoky and intense than this one, so I've tried to even them out, but I still think it looks absolutely beautiful. That middle color, Stalker, is just gorgeous. I think it's one of my new favorite shades. This palette is insane. It's so pigmented, so blendable, and so good for the price of like 20 Australian dollars. You guys need this, and I have nothing else to say, but I can't wait to keep using this. Next up we have liquid liner, and if I was this happy with an eyeshadow look, I wouldn't usually risk ruining it, but I have a new liner to try, so just gotta do it for YouTube's. So this is also from BH, and it was actually one of those, you know, free gift with purchase type things. It's just a felt tip liner. I've never used it before. It seems pretty good, pretty black. So let's just hope it doesn't ruin this look. Okay, I'm playing it safe. I'm sticking with a very simple wing. This is probably still big for some people, but for me, this is simple, and I'm staying there because this looks good and I don't want to ruin it. My review of this liner, I'm really not a felt tip liner person because they have no flexibility. So you literally have to draw the whole thing. There's no leaving it to the eyeliner to do the work. You have to do it all. It's hard to get that fine tip. I'm surprised that I actually got that. So let's just hope and pray that I can get it on the other eye, but I'm gonna go off camera because I don't need that stress. All right, so of course that didn't go to plan. This wing always ends up being bigger and a little more tragic because this is my weird, droopy, weird eye. And so I have to do a different type of wing to the other eye. So it just gets out of hand. Probably looks okay on camera, and if I like relax my eyes they probably look similar, but when you really look at it, that is a big thick wing and this is a nice simple one. So I'm just gonna leave it because it could be worse. Moving on to mascara. I have a love-hate relationship with trying new mascaras because I'm so picky with them. I recently tried the Bad Gal Bang and I love that. So as I say with every mascara first impressions, if I hate this, I'm just going to use my normal one because I can't bear to have bad lashes and I'm going to wear this makeup all day. So I have the Rimmel Scandalized Retro Glam Mascara to try. This is a waterproof mascara. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. It's also a very big brush, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll give it a shot. No. I'm just not a fan of a mascara that looks this natural. This would be good because it's waterproof for a holiday if you want to have a little bit on your lashes but not too much and you want it to be waterproof. That's probably what I'm going to save this for because it still actually does a bit more than what some other mascaras that I've tried have done. But yeah, I want big lashes, so I'm going to jump off camera and get my big lashes. Okay, now my babies are finally done. We can move on to the face. So for contour and bronze, we're going to be using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. Now I've always wanted this palette, but I've never wanted to pluck up the $30 or $40 I think it is, because it's not necessary for me to have all these shades. So I was lucky enough to be gifted this by NYX, and I'm really grateful because now I get to try it. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade for my bronzer, possibly a bit of this one to warm it up. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. Ooh, that's really nice so far. And that blended so easily. Moving on to blush, I'm going in with the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Love Hangover. I used to use these every single day. I have two of them and this is the newer one, and I think I just stopped using them because the pretty pattern started to wear away and I didn't want to lose that, which is so sad. But I'm excited to use this again because I know it's amazing. Oh, it's such a beautiful shade. And they're pigmented, but not too pigmented. Just such a nice formula. I think these are super underrated and probably one of Too Faced's best products. Oh no, I went overboard. Now we are finally almost done, but moving on to everyone's favorite part of putting on makeup, highlighter. So I have MAC's Lightscapade here, and I never use this because I forget how good it is, because when you swatch it, it really doesn't look like anything special, but on the face, this is just the most perfect glow from within. It's so pretty. It definitely still is subtle compared to things like my Sports Girl, which is what I usually use, and I know that's why I don't reach for it, but it is beautiful. It's really good for an everyday highlight and it can be built up, and I'm sure if you wet your brush it will be really blinding, but just, it's such a nice formula. You can't see it on the skin. Just keep putting this on all day. It is no longer subtle. Moving on to lips, we have another NYX product. This is the NYX Simply Nude Lip Cream Crayon, and I figured I'd go with a nude because I knew I was going to have a pinky eye and I didn't want to clash. Well, my lips are so dry, so just try to ignore that if it looks gross. Like that. Ew, it's like a hole in my lip. I think this might be a bit too nude for me. So it is nice, the formula is super creamy and easy to use, but I think it is a little too nude, so I'm just going to go over the top with the NYX Butter Gloss in Meringue. Hopefully this just adds a little bit more pinkiness and make it not so light. Oh wow, that's very pink. Clearly haven't used this before. I have used the butter glosses before though, just in general, and they are really nice. They're probably one of the least stickiest glosses that there is, and I'm really not a gloss person, which is funny because when you pull the wand out they look so gross and bleh, but on the lips, beautiful color. I think that actually went really well with the crayon. Matches the eyes pretty well. I don't tend to wear a light pink like this, so it's throwing me off a little bit, but I think it looks really nice. So this is the final look. I'm so happy with how this came out. I love that lid shade. It's honestly just so intense and almost fluoro. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's beautiful. I love that purple shade, as I said. I think it just came together really nicely. Honestly, there's not really any products that I wasn't fond of, except possibly the foundation, and I think that was maybe throwing off some other products that I used on top. So the foundation and I guess the powder, it's just a little too intense, but everything else, oh yeah, the mascara. I knew that was going to be a flop though. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, this still looks good. I'm happy to wear this out. I'm still going to take a buttload of selfies. So yeah, I'm super happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe it down below if you are new. Also, let me know, have you tried any of these products? Did they work for you? Did they not? I'd love to know. And I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.